Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
I don't have much fighting left in me. That's because I started at a very young age at the highest level in the world. Once your reaction time starts to go, it's going. Like your ability to see something coming and react to it quick enough. The UFC, I and Tom, we all got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. They're one of the biggest organizations in sports, and right now Tom and I have agreed to.
I hear from you guys when I come to things like this. Otherwise, I don't care and I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. But yes, Jon agreed to fight Tom.
Jon Jones, the name that echoes as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history, is actually terrified of Tom Aspinall. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Jones himself has admitted that facing Aspinall is a gamble on his legacy he's hesitant to take. But why? Tom Aspinall is still an up-and-coming fighter, relatively unknown compared to Jones's legendary status. So why is the champ so cautious, even demanding a massive payday just to step into the cage with him? This isn't just about money or ego. Tom Aspinall isn't your typical contender. He's the interim heavyweight champ who's been tearing through top fighters with devastating speed and power, knocking out one of the best, for example, Sergey Pavlovich, in less than a minute. Aspinall's unique combination of size, speed, and striking ability has UFC fans and analysts buzzing. Meanwhile, Jones has been publicly busy training, throwing subtle shade on social media, and, most importantly, avoiding a clear commitment to fights.
Yeah, I do. I'm on Instagram heavy on fight week. You know, most athletes, they like to block out the noise. They like to stay focused on what the task at hand is. But me, when I'm leading up to a fight, I want to see what's on the internet. I want to see what the fans are saying, what the haters are saying. I want to see what my opponent is posting.
Fans, analysts, and UFC legends like Joe Rogan and Dana White are demanding answers. Why is Jon Jones dodging the fight? Is he protecting his legacy, or is this just a business play for maximum profit? The stakes couldn't be higher. This fight could either cement Jones as the undisputed GOAT or hand the torch to the new generation. And right now, the UFC's biggest mystery is not who will win, but whether this fight will ever actually happen. Here at MMA Joint, we'll be keeping a close eye on this saga. While the UFC world waits, make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out the other MMA stories we regularly bring you. Jon Jones's career is nothing short of legendary. From his unforgettable debut at just 21 years old, where he shocked the world with his unorthodox style and precision, to iconic fights like his epic battles against Daniel Cormier and Alexander Gustafsson, Jones redefined what it means to dominate the UFC light heavyweight division. His relentless creativity, wrestling prowess, and fight IQ made him nearly untouchable for over a decade. But what truly set Jones apart in his early career was his fearless willingness to face established champions, many of whom were significantly older and more experienced. Enter Tom Aspinall, the British interim heavyweight champion, who's quickly becoming a force to be reckoned with. In a short span, Aspinall has made waves with his rapid rise through the heavyweight ranks. Known for his explosive knockout of Sergey Pavlovich in under a minute, he combines lightning-fast footwork, powerful striking, and elite ground skills, a rare blend for a heavyweight. His finish of top contenders like Curtis Blades only adds to the growing buzz. Aspinall's skill set and aggressive style have MMA fans and analysts buzzing, labeling him the future of the division. But here's the controversy. Let us look at the early career of Jones. Joe Bones Jones, at just 25 years old. Jones submitted Vader Belfort, who was 35 at the time, showcasing his ability to overcome veteran fighters with decades of experience. Later that year, he dominated Chael Sonnen, then 36 years old, displaying mastery over seasoned contenders. Perhaps most notably, Jones faced Daniel Cormier, another UFC legend, twice. First when Jones was 27 and Cormier was 35, and again at 30, facing a 38-year-old Cormier. These fights not only tested Jones, but also solidified his legacy as a warrior, unafraid of taking on the best, regardless of their age or status. But now the tables have turned. Jones is 37, approaching 38, and the roles have reversed. The next generation of fighters is here, led by Tom Aspinall, the British interim heavyweight champion, who is quickly becoming a force to be reckoned with. In a short span, Aspinall has exploded onto the scene with lightning-fast footwork, powerful striking, and elite grappling, a rare blend for a heavyweight. His devastating knockout of Sergey Pavlovich in under a minute and dominant wins over top contenders like Curtis Blades have earned him buzz as the future of the division. Despite Aspinall's rise and clear readiness, Jones has been hesitant, some say outright avoiding the unification fight. Publicly, Jones claims he's protecting his legacy, calling Aspinall a risky gamble. Behind closed doors, negotiations drag on, with Jones demanding a payday so massive, it's rumored to rival the biggest purses in UFC history. This has frustrated not just Aspinall, but the fans, who expect champions to defend their title actively. Adding to the tension, Jones has fought only twice in the past 5 years, a swift first-round submission of Cyril Gane and a high-profile bout against Stipe Miocic, a fight many believe was more about Miocic's final payday than true competition. While Miocic certainly earned that opportunity, fans are now demanding to see Jones face real, active contenders like Aspinall. Instead, the heavyweight division remains in limbo, held hostage by Jones's reluctance to fight. This isn't just about a belt anymore. It's a generational clash and a legacy in question. Fans, analysts, and fighters alike are left wondering, why is the greatest fighter of this era seemingly running from the rising star who represents the future? The build-up to the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall fight has stretched on far longer than anyone expected, and the frustration is palpable. While Aspinall has been relentlessly vocal, demanding answers, and calling out both the UFC and Jones himself, the wheels of negotiation seem to turn at a glacial pace. The interim champion's patience is wearing thin, and the fans' excitement is slowly turning to resentment. Behind the scenes, it's clear this isn't just a typical fight negotiation. Jon Jones, once the fearless young lion chasing legends, now appears to be playing a very different game. Reports suggest Jones is demanding an astronomical payday, figures rumored to be upwards of $30 million or more, making this one of the most expensive fights in UFC history before it's even booked. Many see this as Jones leveraging his legendary status to maximize his final payday, while also buying precious time and sidestepping a genuine threat to his reign. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall has done everything asked of him. He's accepted fights on short notice, demolished top contenders, and remained hungry and disciplined. Yet, his calls for a unification bout have been met with silence or delay. In interviews, Aspinall doesn't hold back. He accuses Jones of ducking and playing games, saying plainly, "I'm ready to fight anytime, anywhere." But John's camp keeps moving the goalposts. He even cheekily claimed he could retire Jones without stepping into the octagon, adding fuel to the fire and making the tension between the two fighters impossible to ignore. This stalemate isn't just a battle between two fighters. It's a clash between legacy and ambition, between business interests and sporting honor. Fans crave the showdown. Fighters stand ready. Yet the heavyweight division remains frozen, caught in a limbo where politics and money overshadow the sport's purest form, competition. The Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall saga has captured more than just the fans' attention. It's drawn some of MMA's most respected voices into the conversation. Joe Rogan, a longtime UFC commentator and insider, has openly declared Aspinall one of the most dangerous heavyweights the UFC has ever seen. Rogan praises Aspinall's extraordinary speed, athleticism, and fight IQ, warning that Jones is facing a threat unlike any before. Former UFC star and analyst Chael Sonnen has added his voice, boldly predicting that this fight could be Jones's final chapter.
About Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, and everybody that has asked the question has prefaced it from a standpoint that Jon Jones is holding this fight up and that he is refusing to fight Tom Aspinall. Now, that may well be the truth. I'm just here to bring to you guys, we don't have that evidence.
Sonnen believes Jones is wrestling with the weight of legacy and uncertainty about life after the octagon. He suggests that Jones might retire after this bout, win or lose, because the stakes are higher than just a title. They're about passing the torch. Daniel Cormier, Jones's longtime rival and friend, also weighs in on the stakes. He recognizes that while Jones's hesitation is a savvy business move, Jones has nothing left to prove. He also understands the genuine risk Aspinall poses. Cormier points out that the betting odds once had Jones as an underdog, a rare situation for a fighter usually favored to win. The stakes couldn't be more clear. For Jon Jones, this fight is a gamble on legacy and the final act of a storied career. For Tom Aspinall, it's the chance to cement himself as the undisputed king and the new face of the heavyweight division. For the UFC and its fans, it's the must-see showdown that has been stalled for far too long, a clash of generations that could redefine the sport's future. Age is more than just a number in MMA. It can be the difference between dominance and decline. Even for a fighter as skilled as Jon Jones, age has played a crucial role. His toughest fight came against Alexander Gustafsson, who was exactly the same age as Jones at the time. That bout is widely regarded as one of the greatest in UFC history, pushing Jones to his absolute limits. This fight proved that when two fighters are at the peak of their careers and evenly matched in age and skill, the battle becomes a test of endurance, willpower, and strategy. For Jones, now nearing 38, the clock is ticking. Facing a younger, hungry contender like Tom Aspinall is not just a challenge. It's a defining moment where age and experience clash with youth and momentum. This reality was starkly highlighted in a recent, almost unbelievable event. The 2024 boxing match between 58-year-old Mike Tyson and 27-year-old Jake Paul. Tyson, once known as the most ferocious heavyweight in history, was a shadow of his former self. Despite his legendary status, Tyson was outclassed by Paul, who secured a unanimous decision victory. The fight was a sobering reminder that time waits for no one, not even the greats. The saga of Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall is about far more than just who wins inside the cage. It's a story about legacy, fear, and the business of fighting at the highest level. Jones, once the fearless young prodigy who conquered legends, now faces not only a rising challenger, but also the inevitable shadows of age, doubt, and hesitation. But beyond the octagon, Jon Jones's story is far from clean. His career has been marred by doping controversies, legal troubles, including a hit-and-run incident, and a reputation that some describe as the bad boy of MMA. These issues have clouded his legacy just as much as any fight. If you want to dive deeper into the complicated and controversial life of Jon Jones, the real story behind the headlines, the scandals, and the man himself, check out our next video where we unpack it all. Because to truly understand the fight, you need to understand the fighter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and comment below your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth videos on Jon Jones and other fighters. Thanks for watching.